Hello and welcome to the Kristin Carrera podcast. I am your host, Kristin. Welcome back if you've been following along. And if you are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, follow along, and comment. I love to hear where you are on your health journey. Any questions that you may have, please leave them below in the comments. Today, let's dive in. And I want to have this discussion because over the weekend, my mom ended up in the hospital. She had really high blood pressure. So my family took her to the hospital and they wanted to run extra tests. They did blood work, a CT, an EKG, and then after that, they wanted to do an MRI. She ended up having to stay overnight for 2 nights because one of the machines broke and they were over 24 hours behind schedule. So I understand that these machines are complex and that they may break, but being over 24 hours behind and knowing that the reason you are doing an MRI is to rule out a mini stroke is truly unacceptable, because what if she had a mini stroke? And what if something else was going on within the last 48 hours before you even got the MRI done? So that alone right there was very frustrating. Then what was even more frustrating was that my mom took a picture of her breakfast in the morning and she texted me. I started cracking up because she said, "Sir, I do not think that my daughter would approve." And let me say, ma'am or sir, I definitely do not approve this breakfast. I'm going to show you a picture here. This was the first breakfast and I couldn't believe it. So I went over on Nostr and on X and I shared this meal because I think that it's important that, especially lately, there are so many people talking about health and the things that we put in our body and how they are good for us or how they're not good for us. And there are so many nutritionists and dietitians and even doctors out there that truly believe that this meal right here is good for you and that it's not going to harm you. So, yeah. We have been taught over the years that, sorry, there's like a little fly. We have been taught for years that certain foods are healthy. But what happens when these meals are actually being served to people in the hospital with possible heart issues, high blood pressure, a possible stroke? So today I want to walk through some of the meals that my mom had. This is one of them. And ask a serious question about our healthcare system and the food that we're being fed. So let's start with this breakfast. The first meal my mom was served had reduced fat milk, jelly, which I'm sure is packed with sugar, Cheerios. When I saw the Cheerios, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Why are we serving anyone Cheerios? I don't even serve my kids cereal, let alone a grown adult. Cheerios, okay? The only thing that even remotely resembles something healthy here on this plate are the eggs. And even then, my mom said that they felt like they were like fake eggs. Whatever that means. Those are her words. The rest is filled with just sugar and carbs. You can see on the plate that there's like some type of muffin or scone. Real healthy, right? So how is this considered a healthy meal? This is the food that is given to someone who is dealing with high blood pressure and they're concerned that it might have heart issue or a stroke. It's sugar loaded in cereal, refined carbs, and a scone that's probably filled with even more sugar and possibly even seed oils. And people still want to defend our food system and claim that these meals are okay. And it just boggles me. It really does. It's shocking to me that people really think that this is a healthy meal. It really makes me question everything that we have been told about what is heart healthy, quote unquote, or quote unquote good for us. And I think that people need to start opening their eyes and questioning the system as well. And I'll be honest, it hits home for me because I have dealt with my own struggles: depression, anxiety, fatigue, brain fog, thyroid issues. I've talked about it in my past videos. So after years of battling these issues, I made a shift. I cut out the added sugars, the processed foods, and the seed oils. Yes, I went carnivore, which a lot of people would not understand or do not believe in. And I'm not telling you to do carnivore forever, but I truly believe that at the very least, you should try carnivore for 90 days as an elimination diet and then slowly reintroduce foods to see how your body reacts to them. And let me tell you, since I have changed my way of eating, since I continue to be learning about what we're putting in our bodies and seeing the reaction in my own body, I feel 10 times better. It's just not a coincidence. It's proof that food is medicine. So we continue to see meals like this being served in hospitals to people who need healing. It's like the healthcare system is completely ignoring the power of food is recovery. I wonder why. The sicker we are, the more money they make. And that is just a fact. We've been taught that food, like Cheerios, are heart healthy. That muffins and sugar and jelly are okay. But when we dig deeper, it's clear that these foods could actually make us sick. And it's time to unlearn everything that we've been told. I know that it's hard because it's been ingrained in our brain since you're little. The pyramid is backwards. So now let's move on to the next meal. Okay. Let's move on to the next meal. The next meal was her lunch. It was some type of soup. We have some cantaloupe, which she said were like 3 pieces. A Sara Lee pound cake, real nutritious. The apple juice, she said, came from like 5 different origins, I swear. And it says that it can contain other ingredients. We don't know what other ingredients because it doesn't say. There was also a snack pack of vanilla pudding. Vanilla pudding that I'm sure is full of nutrition. A small Caesar salad. And then on the plate, there were some vegetables, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, and a tricolor pasta, because they tried to tell you that this tricolor pasta is healthy for you. And look at the protein on this entire plate. It's literally just a little bit of ground beef mixed with a tomato-based sauce. And more than likely, that tomato-based sauce has added sugar as well. So this was the other meal that she had. I didn't post that meal on my Nostr or my Twitter, but I posted this next meal that I'm going to talk about. The next meal in the morning was reduced fat milk, orange juice, strawberries, cheese blitz. Real healthy. And again, the smallest bit of scrambled eggs. This plate has approximately 30 to 37 grams of sugar. Mostly coming from the juice, the cheese blitz, and the milk. I understand it's not all added sugar, but it's still sugar that enters your body. And as you can see, very little protein to support recovery. Very little. How is this meal even remotely appropriate? Again, for someone in the hospital who is still waiting, by the way, now we're on the next day for the MRI to make sure that she didn't have a mini stroke. Make it make sense. Please, write it in the comments. Make it make sense. We're told this is normal, but is it really? Is it really? This system is designed to focus on medication and treatment, but where's the focus on our nutrition? I don't see anywhere where nutrition is something that you can focus on. The meal doesn't support the healing process. It's actually working against it. Okay. All right. So here's the part that really gets me. Why is the food that hospitals are serving? Why is this the food that hospitals are serving? Is it possible that food companies have way too much influence on what gets served in the hospital? As you can see, we have the brand Cheerios. We had the Sara Lee. You're going to see we have another brand coming up. Um, why is this? Why are these food industries taking over our healthcare system? I really think that it's time to question the food industry's role in our healthcare system and question is there such why are there so many people who are unhealthy? Why are there so many people who do not feel good? Why are there so many people who are suffering from so many illnesses, from mental to physical? And I know that nutrition is not the main key for any of those things. I understand that. I truly do. I get it. Nutrition is not the main cause for a lot of these issues, but it plays a big role, bigger than you think. So imagine if the hospital actually served meals designed for recovery, like healthy proteins, healthy fats, real nutrition to fuel your body, meals like grilled steak, grilled chicken, fish with healthy fats like avocado, maybe a bone broth based soup. These are the kinds of foods that could actually support the healing process. Why aren't hospitals offering the kind of nutrition to patients, especially those dealing with serious health concerns? The system needs to change. We all deserve better. Every single person that is in the hospital now deserves better, and patients in the hospital who are already fighting for their lives shouldn't have to fight against their food too. We need to push for meals that support recovery, meals that are high in protein, healthy fats, and real whole foods. Foods that will nourish and heal, not foods that are going to add to your sickness, to your illness. So what would be a better meal? I can't talk. A protein packed meal, right? Like we talked about. So let's get those changes in. I would love to see those changes in a hospital setting. Let me see. I have two other pictures here. So the next was, gosh, the next was her dinner that night. A bowl of pineapple, mashed potatoes with some type of veggies, very small portion of a chicken with some green sauce that we don't know what's in it. The soup was a butternut squash, a chamomile tea, and carrot cake, because we always have to have dessert with our meal. That was lunch or dinner. I don't remember, because now we have this one. So this is the other brand that I was going to tell you. Udi's, I don't know if I'm saying that right, or Udi's chocolate chip cookie. So healthy. Kraft, a Kraft dressing, which more than likely has seed oils and added sugar. Again, applesauce, a small salad, another soup, chamomile tea, rice with chicken, and some vegetables. This probably was like the cleanest plate that I saw, honestly. Out of all the things that I've showed you, right? On the plate, not on the tray. So at the end of the day, food is medicine, and we need to stop blindly accepting what's being served to us and start questioning everything. The meals my mom was given was loaded with sugar and processed carbs. These are not the kind of meal anyone should be eating, let alone someone in a hospital. Tell me I'm wrong. You could believe what you want to, but open your eyes, open your eyes, open your ears, open your minds. I know it's hard to unlearn the things that we have been taught all our lives. It's hard to question science, but I think that it's healthy. to question science. Science is constantly changing. And so what they thought was healthy for us at one point, a lot of times they find out later down the road is not healthy for us. They told us margarine was healthier than butter. It's not. Just in case you still don't know, please don't buy margarine. Fake butter. Please buy real butter. Okay? So we have to unlearn a lot of things. We have to start learning the new things, and we have to start questioning. Question it. There's nothing wrong with questioning things. And maybe we're proven wrong. Maybe that carrot cake or that chocolate chip is really healthy for you. I can't ever see that coming to light, but maybe, right? That would be amazing. I'm sure that it tastes delicious, and we would love for it to be healthy for us. We need to unlearn everything we've been taught and ask the hard questions about the food that we are eating. Your health depends on it. It truly does. And I started to see that when I changed my nutrition, when I personally, on my personal journey, started to heal. So thank you for tuning in into today's episode. Make sure to like, follow, and share this with a friend, somebody who needs to hear it. If this episode resonates with you, share it with someone. And have you ever been served hospital meal that just doesn't make sense? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Send me pictures, drop me a message, or share your experience over on Nostr or Instagram or X. All of my stuff is in the description below. Let's keep this conversation going. I think that it's important that we talk about it. I did call out the hospital. I tagged them in my X stories, and I tagged a few other people and some carnivore doctors. So maybe tag them again and see if they see my posts. But until next time, take care of yourself. Start asking those tough questions about your health and your food, because I promise we're going to start seeing some changes. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you on the next podcast.